Alrighty, we are now just doing one final check of the email config before we click send and start our email campaign. The reason why we're doing this is, again, you've probably heard me repeat this, but it's because cold emails are very high leverage. So we just don't want to waste any time, even like a day or two, because that means like if you waste one day on 9 mailboxes, you're wasting 270 potential contacts. And our goal is to get results as quickly as possible, interface with as many customers as we can. So yeah, we want to just do all this work ahead of time, make sure that the email campaign is perfect before we click go. To complete this task, here is a handy dandy checklist. First, we're going to read through every one of your 6 email sequences out loud. Now, when I say out loud, I literally mean first read through every one of your 6 email sequences out loud, just like that. How do they sound? Do you have any spelling errors or areas that sound weird? If you do, fix them now. Forcing yourself to verbalize every word and every sentence will allow you to see if things sound weird, which is quite important. The second is preview each of your email sequences to make sure the variables are filled in properly. Easily the worst thing that can happen in any campaign is sending an empty message like hi space this, because this is supposed to be where your first name goes, or I see you're with company name when it's empty. I screwed this up tons of times. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of embarrassing. I think one time I sent over 2,000 emails in a campaign before I realized that I was just saying hi space over and over again. So obviously I got very few responses, and I don't want that to happen to you. The third is make sure your leads are queued up and ready to go. Have you added all the 3,000 leads that you've scraped up until now, along with the personalization to the sequence? If not, then do that now. You're going to scrape one more batch of 1,000, and when you do, you're going to add that too. But now you should have about 3K or so, and we just need to make sure they're all in the campaigns. The fourth is ensure your email schedule is set up right. An email schedule is like when you're sending. So my preferred times personally are 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. ET, but my audience is also mostly ET, right? Like New York and Eastern Seaboard. So this is going to vary. And I also usually send Monday to Saturday. That just allows me to send like an additional day every week. Instead of it being 20 days a month, that allows me to 24 days a month. And I find that a lot of the time business owners are working on Saturday. So if like they're the owner of the business, they're actually more likely to be in the mornings. The fifth point is double check your daily email volume. On average, I send between 20 to 30 emails per day per mailbox. I know that some people go as high as 50, although that runs the risk of landing in spam more often, so be careful. A conservative start might be 20 now, maybe 25 in a week. You could potentially go up to 30 the next week. It really just depends on your risk tolerance. There are potentially changes coming to cold email. Changes are always on the horizon where the daily volume needs to go down even more. So maybe it'll be 15 pretty soon rather than 20. Maybe it'll be 10 after that rather than 15. But just be conservative with it. And as long as you have your eye on it every single day, you'll be able to tell when these sorts of changes happen. You'll be able to tell when your deliverabilities decrease, when spam bounce rates go up and all that stuff. And you'll be able to make that determination for yourself. As of right now, we're between 20 to 30. The last thing is, and these settings are going to depend on the specific email platform you're using, but the best practice is strip all of your HTML. Stripping just means a lot of the time your email will have hidden HTML in it. Now, SmartLead instantly, these providers, they know, and so they have a quick tool. You just click one button, it just removes it all. But if you have an option on your provider to strip the HTML, then do it. The second is do not include any links in the email body. When I say links, I mean like https://google.com. If you include a link in the email body, that will substantially reduce your deliverability. So don't do that. I know it does make things uncomfortable. Instead of sending people links, you typically have to open a conversation with them, or you have to ask them if you could send them something. But it is what it is. Additionally, same idea is avoid images in your copy. Both links and images have much higher bounce rates and spam. The next is at least a 7-minute delay per email per mailbox. So instantly has the setting. I know SmartLead allows you to configure the volume at which you're sending and the times at which you're sending. But generally, you just want to wait at least 7 minutes between successive emails coming out of the same mailbox. And then I always just do 2 follow-up max to start. So I'll do a 3 email sequence in total. If you make this like a 30 email sequence, you're like, oh, I might as well follow up. Why the hell not? The reason why not is because you're going to land in spam more often because people are going to just get annoyed with you and start like blocking you and reducing your domain deliverability. So as you grow more comfortable, you can play around with these, but I'd like to start with 2 follow-ups max. That's a total of 3 emails. And the latter 2 emails, you could just have the exact same thing. They could just be simple follow-ups like, hey, just wanted to check in on what I just sent you, or hey, quick reminder, I do XYZ. This is me just putting out a last-minute feeler. If you're not interested, it's okay. I'll screw off and never talk to you again. Anywho, now that you've done your final pre-send cold email checklist, it is time to move on. Great work.